So you need to take 3 trips around the neighborhood before you get a full feel for the place. So today, would you believe that we have even more side quests to accept? So for the first one, we're going to go to the 3rd floor of the main classroom building. Yep, all the way down at the end of the hall, we've got a 3rd year student here. Cleaning club. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of club that you join if you don't have any other choice. The sole survivor. So basically, this guy is looking for a worthy successor to carry on the Great Cleaning Club. And how do we do that? We need a tool and clothing. So yeah, Yuna Okami has now agreed to be a janitor against his will. And this quest is actually kind of weird, so there are, as you can probably tell, 2 steps to this one. And the first step, I actually think we can technically do it now. It's not completely vital that we do it now though, because we can't complete the second step yet. But the first step, weirdly enough, requires something from Daidara, and I think we actually have enough, we might have enough gold cloths to do this. This is actually why we're getting the gold cloths from the Phantom Mages. 3 golden cloths. Basically, we just need to make what this guy makes out of gold cloths. Black lamp is not what we need. Golden cloth, there we go. So with that, he makes an EI katana. Okay, let's just go through all the things that he's making. So we now need to buy an EI katana. Plus 3 agility, it's a kind of a decent weapon, but we're actually not going to keep it. Because what we do with this is, we go to the 2nd floor of the practice building. Music took a long time to kick in there for some reason. I guess going to the bathroom gives you hints on what you might be able to do that day. Apparently you can get items out of it too, as some people in the comments have told me, so I'll have to check that more often. So this guy has a cleaning mop that we need for the first half of the cleaning club's passion. But for some reason, he thinks that a mop is an appropriate trade for a katana. Reminds me of some of the ridiculous Pokemon card trades that some people would do back in my school. Well, just don't swing it around in Juness, because you'll get arrested. So like I said, that's only half this quest. We can't actually finish it without getting the cleaning uniform, which we can't get yet. But the mop is exactly as powerful as the katana. In fact, I think it's literally identical in terms of stats and effects. It just looks like a mop. But we may as well equip that now if we're not going to be handing it in for the side quest. So our next stop on the side quest train is the lonely boy here. Because now we can give him this sticker. I mean, I don't know if the best way to make friends is to go with local fads, considering how quickly people in my year drop Pokemon want to stop being cool. But anyway, hopefully things work out for him. We still have business at the floodplain. We finally can feed this cat a fish. So make sure that you give it an Ambasema, not an Inaba Trout. That's a weird noise. So, next step, reporting back to him. And we get the Punk's Way. Wonder if Kanji would like that. And that completes that quest. Also, speaking of books, there are some new books available. Forever Macho, the next installment by the great author Kanju Tatsumu. So now that he's actually joined the party, I can just say, it's a dumb headcanon of mine that Kanji actually wrote the Man series, but under a pseudonym. It'd make sense. Also, we have a book catching bugs now that we can actually, catch bugs. And speaking of catching bugs, I'll do that now. Always assume that I go to catch bugs every day from now on, but I'll cut it out because, you don't need to see it. Unless I somehow manage to swing the net with perfect timing. Yeah, that was too late. That's still the second best outcome though, which gets you 2 bugs at least. Did I mention that the bugs are fishing bait? Because that's what they are. And that's exclusive to Golden. In the original Persona 4, you got fishing bait out of making bad, food, or, the housewife in front of your house who can't cook with the dog. She would give you some that you can use as bait. This isn't really mentioned anywhere, but after you've completed that quest, you can actually go to the cat again, and the cat has a quest for us. So we're going to give it our other Ambasima. This cat is a bottomless pit. It's going to take a lot of fish to satisfy it, but one thing that I think is actually pretty great, if you check the quest description of this, yep, Yu Narukami himself gave himself this quest, and I think that's really great. And I think, is that Spacey Girl? No, it's the younger twin. So for this quest, all you need to do is just talk to the younger twin and then go back and talk to the older one, and I think I actually forgot to do this yesterday. Doesn't really matter when you do this, as long as you do it as soon as you can. It's really not that hard, except the twin's not here. Okay, I might have to come back another day then. Well, while we're here, we're going to be hanging out with Marie anyway. And we do have Ame no Uzume, that's fine. Honestly, we don't actually need it, because there's more than, there is literally double the points for the next rank available in this rank up.
Let's go.
I did some testing with all of the dialogue options for this rank up, and I found out that you only need 3 points for the next one, and there's a total of 6 available. Did we actually have a name for this place before? I know we've been there in Yosuke's social link, but yeah, this is Okina City.
Oh.
So, this social link has an enormous amount of dialogue choices, but only the first and last are the ones that actually matter. Well, that's one place to describe the city. So either A or C, the guide says to do here. Apparently that's an increase in points with her. You can never tell with Tsunderes. So, this rank up can only be done after Yukiko joins the party. There's basically a pattern to this. I believe rank 4 requires Kanji to have joined as well. Yes, our friend who burns things. The way that Marie says it, so friend. This reminds me of a certain character from Tales of Graces. Tales of Graces is an interesting game, let's just say. I really like it, but it's got a very, very funny cast of characters. Yeah, I mean, Yosuke's shadow came from the fact that, there's nothing to do around Inaba. Green and red, now you're making them sound like Mario and Luigi. Yes, and you still are now. Yeah, according to the anime, Yukiko really likes it when people tell her red looks good on her. You should probably stop calling them Red Girl and Green Girl, though.
Nope.
I like how they're kind of lampshading the fact that the outfits don't change all that much. Although the Persona 4 characters do change their outfits a lot more than your average game character. And now I'm thinking of another Tales of game in Symphonia, where it's actually a plot point that Lloyd, the protagonist, has like 10 copies of, I think 7? I think it's 7. He has 1 copy of like his outfit for every day of the week so he can wear them on rotation. Kind of lampshading the fact that a lot of RPG characters never change their clothes. So yeah, like I said, a lot of dialogue choices in this rank, but none of them matter except for the first and the last. So I'll tell you when we get to the one that actually matters. This is quite a long rank too. And so Marie has been forced into going shopping. And that's probably going to give her even more ideas for the Velvet Room. You might want to remember this place.
Come on!
You know, just seeing the word shirt, can I just talk about something very weird? Also, yeah, it's still green. So, am I the only one who finds it absolutely mind-boggling that some people consider shirts and t-shirts to be 2 completely different things? Like, it's like, some people consider, like, shirt as in one with buttons and t-shirt as in one that doesn't have buttons. But to me, they're both subcategories of shirt. And there are people who act like they're completely different things. And that just really confuses me. Like, it's brain-breakingly confusing to me. I just feel like, am I the only one who thinks that? It's just a weird thing that I experience sometimes. Anyway, back to this game.
Yes. Oh! Hey.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it'd look kind of weird. I mean, I've never really been one to care too much about what, you know, color coordination of clothes or anything. But that whole blue and yellow make green thing is, reminding me of, like a puzzle book that I read as a child that at one point, like, it's an important plot point that's not how mixing colors work for lights. It's how it works for paint, but not for light. It's so that they didn't have to program new outfits for you.
Why?
Because you're our friend.
Really?
Well, you see, when people become friends in this universe, they get magic cards that give them superpowers.
Hmm.
I mean, some would say rainbow laser beams. Give it time, I'm sure you'll understand. Yes, I'm guessing it's something like Trial of the Dragon 4, Return of the Kicking. And finally, we're at the second choice that actually matters. We need to choose option A here.
I don't get it.
But yeah, if you get either the first or the last choice right, it's enough points for the next rank up. Yeah, if you said that in front of them, there'd probably be some questions, because they don't really know that you know about all of that other stuff. Marie is having trouble understanding the concept of friendship. Kind of a common arc for these kinds of people. And we should get going.
See ya.
Like I said, Okina City is going to be kind of important later.
Welcome home.
We're getting closer and closer to Cabbage Day. But before that, we're going to go out in the evening and we're going to see Adachi. Yeah, just showing there, if you catch bugs during the day, you can't at night.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. But, well, it's a social link rank up, so we might as well. You know, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to worry that I'm forgetting a lot of things that I learned at school, too. Like, I've been cleaning out my house and finding some old textbooks, and, like, a lot of the stuff in there, I just can't believe we actually learned that back at school. Yes, maybe that's more on your level.
Huh?
I'm assuming that the teachers will not accept "this book sucks." That's not what you should encourage people to do. Although, I feel like that's what a lot of people did back in my high school English classes, I guess. Yeah, don't trust, that, please. But you do have to agree with this in order to, get the most points. At least he's joking about it. Would you have a book about them? Yeah, unfortunately, we don't qualify as a grown-up here. Okay then, so if you haven't played Persona 3, this won't mean anything to you, but if you have... It looks like they actually did publish Akinari's book. It's just, like, that feeling that you get if you've, Like, it's not an essential callback, it's just from a social link, but knowing what it represents and all of that... It's just really a great feeling seeing this referenced here. Yeah, I don't want to spoil this because this story is pretty much self-contained from P3, but that comes from Persona 3's Sun's social link, I'll just say. And it's just great knowing that that book was published eventually. You have no option but to say no flower here. Yeah, that's true. He's still supposed to be only like 16 or so. Of course, being a protagonist, he has no clearly defined birthday. Kinda interesting if you could set the main character's birthday, like you do in, like, Fire Emblem Three Houses, although that might... I don't know, having, like, a specific birthday event for the protagonist might be a bit weird if it ends up falling on a significant plot event day, so I can see why they don't let you do that. Okay, then. Doesn't really matter what you say here.
No.
And I just had a thought. I do have Sarasvati, right? I should have Sarasvati.
Hello, this is Yukiko.
Because we actually have to accept this call.
Thank you.
It will result in a rank-up conversation. Oh no. This isn't gonna end well at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, considering your cooking skill, it's probably best you start that way. Yeah, there probably are some good cooks at the inn. True, if someone else has done it for you, then you aren't really going to improve. Well, they don't want you to be responsible for manslaughter, I guess. So, Yukiko's relationship with the inn is complicated. She says she hates the place and doesn't want to inherit it, but she's happy that the people there care about her. Things are a little bit more complicated than what her shadow was implying. Well, yeah, I can probably see how that conversation went. Okay. So, yeah, we're starting to get to the point where it's gonna be kind of painful that I'm not doing her romantic route. I definitely like her romantic route, don't get me wrong, but there is another social link that I prefer romantically. From what I've seen on TV Tropes' fanfic recs, I'll have to stop for a second because she's about to learn a really useful skill. I'm Rita, so pretty much no reason not to replace this because this is that but better. This is very, very useful early on. It's kind of useless at the end of the game once you get salvation, but by that point you can just delete it. So she can now cure any bad status. But what I was saying was that, Protagonist and Yukiko seems to be one of the most popular, pairings among fanfiction, at least on TV Tropes, but some others have said that it actually maybe isn't. It seems like a lot of very early, fics for, Persona 4 went with Yukiko. I'm guessing because she's generally speaking the first romantic route most people do, even though I think it's possible to get Chie to rank 9 before, but of course she isn't as popular. Chie is actually my second favorite romantic route in the game, by the way. It wasn't like that until relatively recently, but I've come to really like her romance route.
Great veg.
And how many do we get? 2. We need 1 more. But we do have more cabbage seedlings, so let's plant some more cabbage. Anyway, like, different people have different preferences when it comes to the, romantic social links in this game, and Nanako just said the fridge is full of food, but we're not going to be making lunch today. We're instead going to be reading about punks and also this. So this message will pop up every time you haven't bought anything from the home shopping channel yet, and sometimes you want to save your money, and, the little voice in your head doesn't like you saving money. It just keeps telling you, buy Tanaka's products. Maybe he's secretly broadcasting some kind of radio signal even when TVs are turned off. Or the song has some kind of subliminal messaging in it that forces you to always check his TV shopping channel. I wouldn't put it past him. So what does he have now? Fire suppressor. Well, that's great for Chie. And 2 herbal pills. Balm of Life, that is a full revive. And also 4 curse papers, which I believe cast Mudo on 1 enemy. That's also pretty cheap for what it is, so either of these are pretty useful. It's definitely possible to farm for fire suppressors in the dungeon, whereas Balms of Life are a little bit rarer right now. I think I'll go for this. I'm honestly more interested in the curse papers than the Balm of Life, though. Of course, you can choose to buy neither of those. They're not really super important at this point. But they're both kind of nice. Anyway, now we're going to read about punks. Yeah, the thing about any mention of subliminal advertising just keeps making me think of that one Simpsons episode where where they talk about the 3-pronged attack. Liminal, subliminal, and superliminal. Like, what's superliminal? And then he just yells out the window, hey you, join the Navy! Also, you might want to remember the text that was being displayed when we were reading that book, because it'll be important for a quest later. No, really. They announce it's like a national holiday. Today is the day that an RPG character finally changes their clothes. So yeah, not only can we wear these in the TV world, we can now wear them with gang glasses, and that's really what's important. It's kind of a shame though, because now you won't get to see Yukiko's winter casual outfit, which is amazing. I still love her winter casual outfit. I know that in my school, which, yeah, we had school uniforms, but we didn't really have, like, a set summer uniform, but we did have blazers that we usually wore during the winter months and, took them off during the summer months. Yeah, we had ties, though, unlike the class here. There was an interesting practice known as tie tagging, where there was like a tag on the inside of the tie, and people would, as like a ritualistic thing, grab your tie and rip the tag off to tie tag you. I managed to make it through all of my high school life without ever being tie tagged. So yes, my tie survived. Also notice they're wearing their shirts out here, and yeah, chair looks different. But, there are no, people patrolling the hallways telling everyone to tuck your shirt in, which is what happened at my high school. Yeah, the guy who did that made me cry on my first day of school. He was known as the school sergeant, but he felt really bad that he did, and he turned out to be a really nice person in the end. Just seemed like his whole, you know, almost Moroka-like attitude was just kind of a persona that he put on, so to speak. Well, that's good to know. And this is another one that I basically just remember because I keep reading the guides. This one is anaerobics. Yeah, I don't really know too much about exercise, which makes me pretty stereotypical for someone who loves video games. Mold-free. That sounds kind of horrifying. Yes, I know. We're actually not going to be doing that just yet, because we're going to check up on the boy we gave the sticker to. Also, is the twin still in town? Is she back? Yeah, she is, so hopefully we can tell you where your twin is. Sorry for leaving this like a day. 5 Goho M's isn't a terrible reward, though. And that's another quest off our log. Oh, it's Monday, so vending machines. Oh, haven't seen you in a while. Hi there. I mean, one police officer we know is certainly not doing a good job. I mean, yeah, he's definitely arrogant and strict. But I don't know if that makes him as bad as you're suggesting. Actually, yeah, on that subject, I was just thinking about the whole scooter license thing, and I've actually started looking up, because I was like, can a teenager really afford, like, a motor scooter? But there are some that are, like, in the $1,000 to $3,000 my currency range, and, I mean, that's a ton of money, but, like, I think I've seen some cheap ones for even, like, 700 or something my currency, and I can see a teenager maybe being able to afford that if they really saved up, so not too hard to believe that Yosuke can buy one. Yeah, you're one of the few people who's thanking the fox specifically. Yep, that's another quest done. Another rank up for Hermit, but we're not actually going to be ranking up Hermit today. Now that our diligence is higher, we can accept the hospital janitor job. And unlike our other nighttime job, we're actually going to do this one. And we can also take the crane folding job. I think with that we've accepted everything except the tutor job. Wait a minute, I just noticed some very, very, very low quality looking shoe textures. Okay then. Alright, so Ie Bihara still hasn't actually skipped class with us yet. It happens randomly after you've talked to her for the first time. And if it doesn't happen by the point that it's supposed to in the guide, I might be in trouble. I think there's plenty of time between now and then, but it can be a little annoying.
Yes.
Hatsumode means the first shrine visit of the new year. Hatsu means first. I mean, you can still come back and visit.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Maybe not yet.
Huh?
So yeah, now everyone at the inn thinks that they're dating. Although, admittedly, she kind of told them that. So, unfortunately, I have to actually choose this option because it gives the most points.
Sheesh.
Although, she does play it off as a joke. Yeah, everyone at the inn is nice to you. You know, maybe Yukiko doesn't really want to run away from everything. She just wanted to be more independent and have the people around her accept her independence. That doesn't mean she has to distance herself from them entirely or cut them out of her life. And rank 7 lets an ally endure a mortal blow. Yes, like that. That was totally worth a tutorial to say exactly what the text box already said. I mean, leaving isn't betraying them if you tell them and they end up being okay with it.
You're back.
Let me just quickly check how long until the Vev 5 days. I think we'll have them ready by the time we next go into the dungeon, which means I'll have 3 cabbages for that quest, and that means something amazing. Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. Oh, and apparently I should check the fridge tonight. Frozen banana! It's Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, long before that game existed. Oh. Ah. Let's leave the house quickly. I just want to show that there's actually a special fusion forecast today. If you fuse Matador and Shisa together, the result will learn Resist Ice and get random stat bonuses. I missed a fusion forecast on the 12th. There was just kind of a lot on my mind at that time. That is when you fuse Incubus and it gets Null Ice, which is also pretty good. Okay, I will need to buy back Nata Taishi, because I need a Chariot Persona soon. Well, that's Tri-Elements, at least. Even though I don't really like its low endurance. I ran into one of these while Joker was alone during that segment of the Second Palace, and it killed me. In P5. Wait, it's Rakshasa? Okay, the guide I'm following is a little bit inaccurate with some of its fusion forecasts, I see. Okay, this is the only persona that I can make that will get the bonus. And you already resist ice. But at least it's more for the compendium, and it'll be good to pass down to later personas, I guess. And giving you resist physical will negate your weakness. Auto Tarukaja isn't bad either. Narcissus learned Old Man Attack. We haven't seen that status yet, but when we do, I'm gonna be happy. Let's just say. Yeah, Panic is basically just silence, but better. I don't even know why that really exists. But yeah, we have Resist Fire and Resist Ice, so we've got kind of a good bunch of resistances to pass down, I suppose. Oh, there's also a cat outside the Dojima's house. I love that line. Deny it, pets. Unfortunately, we can't stay here. We never actually do that in the guide, but yeah, you can spend the entire night playing with a cat if you want. And thus, also, you Narukami.